Are you thinking of becoming a snowbird, but you're not sure whether you want to rent, buy an RV, or purchase a winter home? We've been snowbirds for 10 years, and I've researched all three of those options. In this video, I'll share with you the red flags that you might want to watch for so you can make the decision that fits your desired lifestyle. I retired when I met and married my husband at the age of 64. I moved to the small island where he lived. Sean loved the small island life in the Pacific Northwest, and I loved the sunshine. So we compromised on being snowbirds for a few weeks at a time each year. Hi, I'm Esther, and welcome to my channel of It's Never Too Late, where we age boldly, laugh loudly, and learn to live life to the fullest after the age of 40. The first year of snowbirding, we rented a park model in a 55 plus retirement park just for 1 week. And we spent most of our days hiking in Arizona's mild temperatures. Each year, we increased our stay just a little bit longer. And for 2 years in a row, we had the option of renting a condo from our friend who was on vacation during those months. Renting from our friend in the Phoenix area was a good option for us for a while. We didn't have to plan so far in advance, and it was cost effective. And we loved the hiking and exploring lifestyle. But renting for her wasn't something we wanted to do every year. That's when I began to research the other options. Should we rent each year? Should we buy a vacation home? Or just buy an RV? After hearing the pros and cons of each of those options, you should have a better feel of what might work for you. And I'll share the twist in the story that led us to our final decision. The first option, renting. Renting an apartment for the short-term snowbird season has drawbacks. Most landlords want a 6-month lease to their apartments, and most apartments are unfurnished. If you do rent outside of a retirement park, whether it's a condo, an apartment, or even an RV lot, you'll want to check out the area first. What do you want to do with your time while you're there? Most of those privately owned facilities don't offer activities, and some of them don't even have a swimming pool. This could still be a great option if you just want to explore the area, do hiking and see museums or attend concerts. But then I looked into renting a park model in an active retirement community. They had fabulous advantages. They're usually fully furnished homes. You have access to all of the amenities in the park, and most retirement parks have pickleball, tennis courts, shuffleboards, swimming pools, and other physical activities in which you can participate. Many of them have music entertainment, bingo nights, card games, and other sedentary type of activities too if you're not into the physical sports. There's something for everybody. And most retirement communities have an on-site community church service for those who don't want to search for a sister church to your faith. If you're a social person and you rent at the same location year after year, you'll get to know other guests who also return every year, and you can create a community of friends that you can look forward to seeing every year. They're great options. There are some disadvantages to a retirement community, though. Rentals are high in demand for the snowbird season. You usually have to make reservations the season prior in order to get your space. Rental costs can vary depending on your location and the amenities the park has to offer. In a 55 plus park, they typically don't allow children except during school holiday breaks such as Thanksgiving, Christmas, spring break, and summer breaks. Many of them can have children come and visit, but they just can't use the amenities other than during those school break times. The purpose for that is because most people who buy in a 55 plus park, they do it because they don't want that playful noise of children around every single day. They want a little more peace and quiet. But this option is great for the person who loves mingling and social activities, and to those who want to form a community of friends that return every year. Another option is buying an RV. I'll share why buying an RV didn't work for us. At well over $100,000 for a brand new one, that was out of our budget. I researched used RVs, which could be feasible, but they had their drawbacks too. And we had to consider these following things. You don't know what mechanical issues will arise. Even if the vehicle has low miles, you have to consider things like, did it sit a long time without being driven? If so, it could have some deteriorating parts from non-use. You may find weak seals from being in outdoor weather, slide outs don't work properly, or all the typical mechanical issues that could potentially go wrong with any used vehicle. In our case, my husband is not mechanical, and he'll be the first one to admit to that. Taking an RV to a shop can be very expensive to even have it looked at when there's a problem. Parts and labor can cost a fortune. Fuel costs of driving an RV can be outrageous. And we would need to pull a car, so we had transportation when we got to our destination. Pulling a car adds to the fuel expense. Insurance is an additional expense. We decided an RV was not the solution for us. Option 3 is buying a stick home. I immediately dismissed that idea. With a stick-built home, you have the luxury of 2 complete homes. You can split your time to accommodate your own schedule, and you can live a lifestyle you choose at either location. But the disadvantages are all the expenses of 2 entire homes. And leaving a house unattended for extended periods of time increases the possibility of potential theft, vandalism, or unexpected mishaps like a water heater going out and flooding your house, a heat pump or an air conditioner going out, or even a roof leaking in the unoccupied house, and you don't know it until you return back home. Many of you can afford that expense of 2 mortgages, and this option could be perfect for you. But this video is more for the retirees who cannot justify those kind of expenses and who live maybe on a fixed income. The other option is buying a park model. This one has an interesting twist to the story. Listen to the end to find out what that is. When I first researched the idea of purchasing a park model in a retirement community, I found that most park models are affordable. The drawback was that usually you purchased the home, but you rented the lot, and you have no control over the rising costs of rent, and you can't move your park model, and you still paid HOA fees. With the research of all 3 of these options, we decided that probably renting each year was the best solution for us. But here's where the interesting twist comes in. When we were leaving the Phoenix area after a 1-month stay, we headed to Yuma, Arizona. Our friends owned an RV lot and wintered in a 55 plus retirement park there. It was the end of the snowbird season, so we were able to rent a park model for 1 week, the end of March. And we decided to do that and spend the week there visiting my friends. My husband wasn't enthused about the idea of staying a week in Yuma. He says, Yuma is not the end of the earth, but you can see it from there. We immediately fell in love with the park. The people were amazingly friendly. The park was beautifully landscaped, clean, and had a tremendous amount of amenities. There's 5 swimming pools, 4 hot tubs, 4 pickleball courts, 2 tennis courts, a shuffleboard, 2 volleyball courts, 6 billiard tables, a fitness center. There are more amenities than I have time to go into in this particular video. We discovered that in this park, when you purchase a home, the land is included. HOA fees were very reasonable, and they covered all of the utilities except electricity. Even the Wi-Fi and cable TV are included. When we visited, it was March of 2021. Many COVID restrictions were still being enforced. That meant a lot of the snowbirders were not returning for the season. And for that reason, there were a lot of vacation homes for sale, and the prices were at an all-time low. On the third day of visiting, we bought a vacation home. We liked the park so much that 18 months later, we made another major decision. We decided to buy a second home in that retirement park, one that was more conducive to living in full time. We sold our big house in the Pacific Northwest and downsized. We made our double-wide mobile home in the 55-plus retirement community in Arizona our permanent residence. And what was the advantage to that? We no longer have a mortgage payment. We kept the first house for a rental. We own both homes with the land outright. Our living expenses are minute. The only park expense is our HOAs, which pays all of our utilities except for the electricity. There's nowhere in the country that we could actually live at a lower cost than we do in our community home. We enjoy all of the amenities that the park has to offer. And when the Arizona weather reaches those high 3-digit temperatures, we decide to travel. So we spend 6 to 8 weeks or so in the summer traveling. We visit my 4 sons along the West Coast and in Texas. We visit friends along the way. We just stay in motels and VRBOs. Or we go on a cruise. A retirement community can be beneficial for both the active retirees and the person who prefers to be a homebody. Whether you want to rent or buy a vacation home or make it your permanent home like we did, you can participate in as many or as few of the activities that you like. I love being active. I play volleyball every morning and pickleball on occasion. We attend a lot of the Saturday night dances. And during the late spring and early fall, when the snowbirds aren't here, I relish my time of being a homebody. Downsizing and living a simplified life has afforded us the luxury of traveling anytime we want. And I love my simplified life. Snowbirding isn't a one-size-fits-all. With a little bit of research and a lot of analyzing of the lifestyle that you want in your retirement years, you can find the option that fits you perfectly, just like we did. What are your retirement goals? Are you interested in snowbirding? Are you thinking of relocating? I hope this information sheds a little light on the options that you have when you're considering your retirement. If you're over 40 and building a life of meaning, courage, and connection, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.